we are, Savvy Pants Shop, here today with a special, what do we call this? Maybe an interview. One of the titles for our previous shows was, Really? That might be it. That might be the whole thing. Really?
Really?
Really? We're here with Lynn Baez from Wise Women Fitness in South Tampa, right?
Yes, South Tampa.
South Tampa, Florida. And it is an honor to have her here today. And I'll give a little bit of a backstory and a bit of an introduction. I had the chance to meet Lynn, gosh, is that a couple years ago now?
It is.
Holy moly.
I know.
Fast. A couple years ago in a business setting, we had a chance to work together. And Lynn is a bunch of things. She's a phenomenal business person. She's a phenomenal person and very, very successful at what she does. And one of the things is, as we had communicated over the years, she developed a bit of a specialty. One, she's got a women's only fitness facility in South Tampa, does a great job for her clients. And we had talked about a special program that she had worked a great deal on. I thought, man, this stuff is really pretty valuable. And she's going to tell you about that in a second. And then we can talk about a few other things also. But I thought, man, she is a great resource. So if you're in the South Tampa area, I'm going to highly suggest that if you're interested in health and wellness and fitness and you're female, look Lynn up because she's a phenomenal resource. If you're not in that area, listen to what she has to say, maybe pull some tips from that. And then in the description below, her facility is called Wise Women Fitness. I'm going to put a link, if you like the information, a link to her website if you want to contact Lynn, and a link to her Google reviews. If you said, hey, Lynn's just really cool, I like the cut of her jib, go ahead and post a review for Lynn on our Google page, and we'll post a link to that in the bottom. So I would like to introduce Lynn Baez from, is it sunny in Florida today?
It is sunny and unseasonably warm.
That's nice.
Yes.
That is very nice. We're here in Arizona, and it was unseasonably cold today.
Oh, not here.
No, it's nice, huh? I like that.
Yeah. Love it.
We had to turn the heat on because I think it's like in the low 60s.
Oh, darn, I hate when that happens.
I know. You're like, God, I can't wait for summer to get here. I have to wear a jacket.
I know. I hate it.
Yeah. So, Lynn, the program that you had spent some time researching and digging into, and I think you were certified in the program, right?
Yes, that's right. It is called the Pink Ribbon Program, and it is a specialized therapeutic gentle exercise program for breast cancer survivors. And primarily this focuses on the ladies who've had mastectomy surgeries.
Okay.
Not only mastectomy, any reconstruction surgery, any surgery at all relating to breast cancer. And you know, the amazing thing when I started researching this program, what I found out was that, at least in Florida, women after surgery are not getting any physical therapy. And of course, what's happening is they're having so much trauma to nerves. They're having some relocation of muscles, depending on the reconstruction surgery. So you've got a lot of damaged neural pathways between nerves, muscles being reassigned to different locations, range of motion, and functional ability of the affected arm or arms is a huge problem. And these ladies don't know what to do because nobody's ever told them what exercises to do, if any, and they're afraid to do them.
What's kind of the long term, if you don't do anything about it, what have you seen as the long term, what eventually happens?
Well, what like any surgery, if you don't do any rehab, you're going to have a very restricted range of motion. So what happens is these ladies can encounter a lot of pain. A lot of them can't raise their arm even over their shoulder. So they may get to a point like this, and that's it. That's it. Stiffness, problems with lymphedema, you know, again, range of motion, functional ability of that arm, lymphedema, just a host of problems can arise.
Gotcha. And this, Lynn, it's a national program as well?
This is, well, there are certified instructors. It is actually international now.
Okay.
So there are instructors nationwide. You could, if you're outside of the city of Tampa, outside the state of Florida, you can go on their website and locate someone hopefully in your area.
Gotcha. Excellent. Are there, so were there some big pieces, like out of the big pieces that you could point out, like, hey, if this is the case for you or someone that you know that's been through the surgery and then you go through are there big pieces in there that you would highlight, like, hey, you really need to focus on these?
Yeah, I would say that definitely anybody after surgery, there is a period, and I'm getting some feedback here. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, and your sound's kind of fading out just a little bit.
Uh,
How about now?
that's better. No,
Okay.
I can still hear myself.
I wonder if you have the audio on the computer on in addition to the headset.
Let's check.
Houston,
No, it should
Houston.
be fine. Can you hear
Testing,
me?
testing, testing. A little bit. Yeah, you're a little faint.
Yeah. Is that better?
Keep talking.
Okay. So I'll just keep talking and try not to hear myself in the background.
There you go. You have
So,
voices in your head. We knew that before.
yeah, always. Nothing new.
Yeah.
So one of the things that women need to understand is once they've had the surgery, there really is a 6 to 8 week period of time that they really do not need to be doing a lot of activity with their arms. You know, they're going to have drains in place. There is a period of time where some of those nerves everything needs to calm down and start waking up again. So a lot of any overhead movements, even things like brushing your hair, can aggravate your situation, and exacerbate your healing. So you want to be able to have that period of time where you are truly resting, as
Like
you
6 to 8 weeks, you say?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And then after that?
And then after that, once your doctor clears you for activity, that is really the time to start this stretching program, such as the Pink Ribbon program. And what we're trying to do, obviously, is to restore all of those neural pathways. Proprioception, which a lot of people know is the big word. Your body's sense of awareness of itself, and those neural pathways, brain telling the arm to come up. What we want to do, all of the neural pathways kind of go into hiding and hibernation when they've been damaged. That's just the way the body works to protect itself. So we want to get you moving. As with any surgery, physical therapy is very important to get you moving again, to restore all of those neural pathways. And we do that with passive assistance. So we start the program very slowly, and we assist patients in different motions, passively helping until those motions start to regain on their own. And then
Okay.
the client can go forward and start doing them on their own, actively making those movements. So we go in stages.
Gotcha. In your experience, how long is a reasonable length for a program that you would run?
6 weeks is typically, it's a different stage each week, and each stage builds upon the other. And usually by the end of 6 weeks, the gals are definitely in a better position physically, not only, but mentally.
Yeah.
They want to do more. So they want to keep moving. They want to improve because they can see the progress that they're making.
Gotcha. Makes sense. And tell me, is there kind of not necessarily post, but if you know you've got breast cancer, you're going in for a mastectomy, and you know this is coming, is there anything that you would suggest doing on the front side to prepare yourself?
I think as with anything, the healthier you are and the fitter you are before your surgery is going to serve you well on the other end of your surgery. So anything you can do to be active, be moving. If you work out, keep working out before your surgery. Again, it's going to keep you strong. It's going to keep you motivated, to keep working. If you're not active, it's a good time to start before, because it's going to help you get through the surgery and then move forward.
Totally makes sense. And tell me, is there, and I know that I kind of have an idea of what your business is and how your business model works. But tell me, you're a women's only facility. So tell me, when the women come in, what are the things that they're looking to avoid that you provide?
Right. So the big thing that we hear all the time is I don't want to go to a gym. I don't want to walk into a gym where there's a bunch of guys
Bunch of
and
meatheads.
a bunch of meatheads and a bunch of young girls because they
Yeah.
feel completely out of place, like they don't belong. So we have a private facility. It's rather intimate. It's a boutique studio, and we have just female trainers. And we really focus on non-judgment, no intimidation, and everybody can walk through the door. It doesn't feel like a gym when you first walk in. It's comfortable, and they feel safe.
And you guys are a personal training studio, so you don't get people to just sign up for a monthly membership and come in and ride a bike or run on a treadmill. People are there specifically to see you. Is that right?
Yes, yes, we do. We do have semi-private and private training. The majority of our business model is private training, but we also do some evening semi-private. So we're trying to get a little more into group fitness because that seems to be more appropriate for some ladies. They like that camaraderie. Um, but we are not a full-size gym. But our
Yeah.
clients, they come in. We have different programs that we offer and we suggest based on their goals. But then all of our clients can come in and use the cardio equipment whenever the studio is open. So we try to keep it open and available when anybody wants to come in as well.
Gotcha. And tell me with the clients that you've had over the years, the successful clients, what do you think is the top one or two biggest things they leave with after they've gone through a program with you? What are the biggest benefits that they take with them?
I want to say it's probably confidence and self-efficacy. They know they can do it. When they come in here, they don't think they can do anything. I mean, I have a couple of new clients right now who are unfortunately very, very overweight, and they even surprise themselves at how resilient they are and how quickly they can progress from a position of really not being able to do much to being able to hold their own body weight. So I think self-confidence, and it gives them that sense that, hey, I can do anything if I can do this.
That's a lot of fun when you're able to facilitate that and you just are around it. Just to watch somebody go from here to
It is.
here is a ton of fun. That's got to
It,
be like that gas in the tank.
and it's so rewarding. I mean, it
Yeah.
really is. For me, that's even just this morning, I had that epiphany. It really is what makes this all worthwhile is just watching someone leave here going, oh my God, I feel great.
Yeah.
Okay, my job is done, at least for now, for this hour.
Exactly. And one of the things about your studio and your facility, I think people, and obviously you've got frontage, but I think people are going to they have to try to find you. So you don't have to try to find, if you're looking for a gym with colors of purple and yellow, you don't need to figure out too hard where they are or these big box gyms. But people can certainly find gyms like yours probably around the country.
Oh yeah.
You just,
Well, like us here, there are some. If you're saying like specifically for women,
yeah,
yeah, in our neighborhood there are none. I mean, it's
you're it.
shocking. We are the only private studio that caters exclusively to women, and it's just I think around the country there are other gyms that are women only, and definitely studios, but for whatever reason in our area it's just not happening. So
That's a good thing.
I'm thrilled to be the one provider to
You
be
got to
able
see Lynn. Woo! And what's Lynn, in your experience, what's the maybe the number one or number two biggest misconceptions that some people have when they finally come in to see you?
Oh, I don't want to get bulky. I think that's the main one for women is I don't want to lift weights because I want to get bulky. That's got to be number one. I mean, we just had a client in who's moved here from California, and he says, I don't want my muscles to get big in my legs. And it's like, we want your muscles to build. We try to explain to women that, especially for those who are over the age of 50, osteoporosis is a huge problem. So, and we're not promoting building as much bone as we did as when we were in our 20s. So
Right.
we really want to promote as much bone growth as possible. And the only way to really do that is with resistance training or body weight training. So that's a big thing. It's super important.
It's funny you mentioned that because Kirsten and I have spent some time around um, bodybuilding and physique and stuff like that, and to actually build and look bulky. I don't know if you would agree in your experience, but we always used to say that you build a six pack in the kitchen.
Oh, yes.
You don't build that in the gym, because you can work out until the cows come home. But if your diet isn't right, you're not going to look bulky anyway. You might look a little bigger, but
Yeah.
it takes a lot of work to bulk up, as
Yeah.
specific work to get that
E-
done.
Exactly. And, women just aren't built the same way as men. So we just don't have that level of testosterone. So,
Right.
and the other thing I like to tell the ladies is, you cannot out train the fork. It's just not going to happen. If you're eating all that stuff and that crap, you're never going to look like that. You'd have to take some pretty fancy pills.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of nutrition, kind of give me an idea. And you guys, I think, have a bit of a nutrition component in what you do. But is there specifically to breast cancer? Are there things that you would, a couple bullet points you'd say, hey, steer clear from this, or definitely do that when it comes to nutrition?
Absolutely, absolutely. One of the nutrition is even more critical when you are in breast cancer treatment, because chemotherapies and radiation treatments just really just attack the immune system. So the idea and our recommendation always is to eat as healthy as you can. So the goal is minimally processed, as close to original state. Fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and stay away from boxed, processed foods, fast foods, like overly baked goods, anything that has, if it has a list longer than this, then you shouldn't be eating it, the ingredients. But, fresh is better, again, it's about real food, not
Yeah.
food that comes in a box with a list of ingredients this long.
Yeah. I think someone put it, well, what kind of, how do I need to go shopping at the store? What should it say on the box or the bag? And he said, if it's in a box or a bag, you probably shouldn't
Eat it.
be eating it.
Yeah.
And that's and your experience with your clients is that, because nutrition is always a key component. It's
Yeah.
it's and I don't know if in your experience, in ours, it's, if you go to a trainer and you see a trainer maybe 3 hours a week, if you go there 3 times a week for an hour, that's a whole lot of the week left over that you're not sitting with the trainer. So
Yeah.
Nutrition and stuff is a big part of it. Do you see that as a pretty key component to being successful in anything that
Absolutely.
you guys do?
Absolutely. And one of the things that we're just doing now is we're going to be having all of our clients follow a dietitian approved 6-week meal plan. That's going to be part of their jumpstart from the beginning, because nutrition and compliance with nutrition is one of the biggest struggles we have with all of our clients. And the main part is they just don't know what to eat.
Right.
Because they're bombarded with fast food and convenience foods. So we're going to take that a whole step up, and everybody who starts with us starting this month, will follow a very strict meal plan. It's all done for them. It's grocery lists, a menu, everything.
Wow,
Recipes.
excellent.
So they don't have to think about it. They just have to follow the plan.
Now, in your experience with your clients, when they start doing a nutrition program, and you say, hey, I suggest this, those that end up doing it, what's their impression of it after the fact? Is it like, I can do this, I definitely can do this, and I feel better? Is that kind of
Absolutely.
the progress? It
Absolutely.
seems impossible when you start, but once you start doing it, you're like, oh, that's it.
It doesn't take long for people to have a completely different outlook about food and what they're putting in their bodies. It doesn't take long. After a week, they're like, oh my gosh, I think about food so differently now.
Yeah.
And half of the stuff that they ate before, they wouldn't even think of putting in their mouth.
So, and it tastes different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we do that periodically. We've been doing a blended NutriBullet in the morning and then juicing in the afternoon. And then if you eat any refined sugar, you're like, oh my God, it's so sweet, I can barely stomach it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So you think that people's taste buds change, their habits change, and then presumably they feel better at the end of the whole thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, and there's such a body awareness, that comes with that change. They're so aware of how differently they feel, how less bloated they are, how, digestively they're feeling much healthier. I mean, it's tremendous. And unfortunately for a lot of people, they're hesitant to try it. But once you get them on board, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe I used to eat that crap.
Yeah, I hear you. So in health and fitness journeys, is there like one, definitely do not do this when you're going to start a journey? Like, I would definitely not do that.
Oh my gosh, don't starve yourself. How about that one?
That's a good one. Do you see that a lot?
There is so much as a society, and having gone through a lot of these diet phases in my life, everybody thinks if I don't eat, I'll lose weight. And
What happens when you do that?
What happens when you do that is you might lose a few pounds in the beginning, and you lose some water weight. But boy, when your metabolism changes and you start eating real food again because you think, oh, now I've lost this weight, it comes back twofold, threefold. I mean, the results, a lot of people and everybody who's done it will say the same thing. I gained more weight than I did before. And again, that's a long conversation for another time. But it's that constant yo-yo, up, down, up, down, up, down. And it's not sustainable. So it's all about making lifestyle changes that are sustainable to keep you healthy, so you can be happy and you can move freely without pain, and enjoy life.
Absolutely. Now, is there, if we were to kind of wrap it up, let's see, I was going to ask you, is there something that people can do the step before getting a trainer? Is there something that you would say you could do this on your own before you get to there? What would you suggest, or what would you say?
Well, if nobody is doing anything, I would say just get out there and start walking every single day. Just start moving, really. Start getting your body moving, okay? Pay attention. Write down everything that you are eating and look at it every
Surprising
day.
sometimes when you do that. You're like, oh, yeah.
It's powerful stuff when people look at that stuff. But, the main thing is just get up and get moving. Get off the couch. When you don't feel like it, get up from work, get up for work 30 minutes earlier. Put your sneakers on and go for a walk. And don't lollygag, bust a move when you get out there.
There you go. So the only thing they should do is sit down and watch our live shows when we do a LuLaRoe show live. That's the only time you should be seated, right?
That's it. The only time.
If Lynn said it, then we are good to go. Lynn, if somebody wants to get in touch with you or they live in the South Tampa area, I'm going to put your stuff in the description. Is that okay with you?
That's great. Perfect.
Excellent. And if anybody's watching this in the YouTube world, if they're watching this in the Savvy Pants Shop world, Lynn has taken her time to do this with us, just as kind of like it's cool to be part of the fam kind of thing. So if you found any of her information valuable, we're also going to put a link in there in the description to give Lynn a review. That would be awesome because businesses and all those algorithm things, they love that kind of stuff. So if you do have any questions for Lynn, I'm going to put a link to her website as well in the description. If you want to reach out to her and ask her a little bit more about the pink ribbon, or if you're in, let's say you're in Montana and you're watching this, and the odds are not real strong that you're going to drive to South Tampa for your training, but you have a question or two that you would like to ask Lynn, her website is down below as well. Peruse the website. She's done a lot of work on that, and rightfully so, is very proud of it. So cruise through the website, see if you have any questions. Any parting thoughts, Lynn, that you would tell people? Like if Wise Women Fitness, if this video goes viral and 1 million people watch it, what are your parting words? No pressure.
No pressure. Let's see. Parting words. Really, you can do anything that you set your mind to. You make time. You schedule a date with yourself every day. Move your body. We only have one. We can't, regenerate this. Life is too short not to live a healthy lifestyle. So just do it. Just do it.
Get out there, do something, get started.
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent. Lynn, you are a true advocate to healthy living. And if we were in Tampa, I know Kirsten would be stopping by. That's 100%. So, but you never know. We could get in the RV and then park it right outside and then do some training inside.
We've got room.
Excellent. So it's Wise Women Fitness in South Tampa, Lynn Viez. All the contact information is below. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button and share it if you'd like to. If you don't like the video, go ahead and hit the like button and share it. That is awesome.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Lynn, you're a rock star. Thank you very much for your time, young lady.
I'm happy to help.
Keep up the good work, and everybody reach out to Lynn if you are in the South Tampa area.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, young lady. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.